Good morning, everyone, from the great state of Texas. Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. Hope you all had a wonderful Easter. I got to spend Easter with my mom. Obviously, I've taken an extra day off here on the channel. I also this year did not have an April Fool's joke set up. April 1st kind of crept up on me at the last minute. I realized it like 2 days before. I was like, uh-oh. And plus we had Easter going on, so sorry. No joke prank video this year. But yeah, we're in Texas, and if you don't know, Texas, unlike both Arizona and New Mexico, at all of their rest areas, at all of their picnic areas or roadside tables, you are allowed to legally park your RV overnight for 24 hours at any rest area. It's a Texas roadside rest area law, and it's so awesome. Texas loves RVs, period. I shouldn't use that word camping, though. You can't camp at a rest area. You can't even stay in your car. It has to be a recreational vehicle in the actual designated place. That's the other thing. The trucks park over there. The semis have designated parking. This whole section right here is just for RVs. I'm the only one who used it last night. Thanks for joining me on the channel, guys. I will be uploading this video with some Canadien internet. Check out the video description below if you need some high-speed mobile on-the-road internet. Today, we got to solve a problem first. So the day after Easter, I went to take a shower, and mind you, on my RVs, when I turn my water heater on, I don't leave it on ever. I turn it on to take a shower or do dishes if I need hot water for dishes, which is very rarely. So I let it go, and then a half hour later, it'll click off, and then take a shower, and that's how we do it. Well, this time, about 20 minutes into after I turned on my hot water heater, I heard a noise that I didn't like, sitting on the couch. Water pump going crazy. I jumped out of bed, 'cause that's every RVer's panic, turned it off, looked in the bathroom, looked under the bed where the water pump's at, looking for leaks. I'm like, what the heck? Turned it back on, turned it back off, came outside. This thing was flooding, pouring out hot water from the brand new pressure valve switch. This is brand new. Now, I don't know what it is about my luck on the road, but it seems like everything that I freshly fix is the very next thing that goes out. So this is the stock Atwood water heater. This is a brand new pressure regulator that went on in quartzite. It's literally less than 3 weeks old, and it was spewing hot water here. So I don't really know what the problem is, because if you think about it, maybe it was doing its job. In other words, maybe the pressure valve didn't fail. Maybe one of these two thermostats has failed, and it's just gonna boil the water with no stop. It didn't click off. So this said, whoa, we're over 150 PSI. Psh! It emptied half this tank, guys. Emptied half the tank, even with the water pump off. So I've bypassed the water pump for now, which is kind of what you do when you winterize it, which means I can still turn on the water pump now and use the cold water side of my rig. No water's being put into this. But there is a Camping World here in Texas I want to stop by real quick. I'm going to grab another one, and I'm also going to get an emergency backup today. So we'll get on the road and go hit Camping World, and then we'll get some cheap gas in Texas, and we'll explore a little bit. Thanks for joining me, guys. All right. They really weren't that helpful. They do have in stock the same exact Camco pressure relief valve that I just put on 3 weeks ago. I don't know. What do you think here? Like if I pull this off and that really is the problem, if I put this back in the package of my receipt and say, hey, it only lasted 3 weeks, I mean, really, I don't want to be swapping this out every 3 weeks, though, on the road. I did talk to the parts guy, though, and he was like, no, it would be a 1 in a million thing that one of your thermostats is really the issue. 20 minutes, there's no way that you'd be over 150 degrees or PSI in your tank after just 20 minutes of running it. So he thinks that I just got a defective one. You know, it's just aftermarket parts. They're just made crap these days. They just don't last. They're never as good as the originals. So, but this store does not sell any Teflon tape for the water tape threads, and I don't have any more. I borrowed some from Wayne. So we will have to go to a Home Depot to get some water Teflon tape. So I'm going to save this project and hope that we can get it done by the end of this video, the end of the day, or tomorrow. This may be another two-part, two-day video. Also, Camping World no longer sells what I wanted to buy as a backup, and that is those, remember those portable solar shower bags? Back in the day when I lived in a van, that was my go-to. Put a gallon and a half of water on it, put it on the ground, wait 3 or 4 hours, and it was hot water ready to go. Camping World no longer sells those at any store. You might be able to find them online or on Amazon, somewhere like that, but that was my backup, and I was gonna like hang it on top of the shower curtain in case this doesn't work. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Hey, Barnett HarleyDavidson. Exit. Let's go hit that up real quick. Actually, since there is one here so close, and because Camping World no longer actually sells camping supplies. I mean, that's the funny thing is, it's called Camping World. They really don't have any camping supplies for anyone who's going camping. They have RV supplies, but in my mind, camping is more like tent camping. Camping World doesn't sell anything. They don't sell tents or sleeping bags or anything like that, but Cabela's does sell camping gear. They have a whole camping section. Oh, we got some deer here out front. Oh, there's a bobcat up there. I always love these stores. All right, this is the camping section. I'll show you what I'm looking for, if they have it. Well, I don't see it here either. It may have just been discontinued. I don't know, I guess it's been so long. This is the brand that sells it. This Culligan's, this green color. It would be right here. But there are no camping showers. It would, yeah, like back in the old days, it would have been right here. I don't understand why I can't find them anymore. But I used to have one of these. The old, that's called the Little John. And, you know, you would urinate into this and put the cap on it in emergencies or when you're living in a van or a car or something. And if you're a woman thinking, why don't they make one for a woman? Well, they got the attachment. It's the Shiwi attachment. And then that end would just go in here. So you need both of those. Yeah, the good old days. On the way out, I talked to customer service. Somebody who's been working here for a long time. He says last October, they were sent a notice from the company that those solar bag showers were no longer going to be manufactured and available in this country. So actually what Camping World told me was the truth. They don't exist anymore. And they were so easy and cool. It's just a black rubber bag that you put out in the sun, and in a couple hours, it instantly turns like room temperature water into really hot water that you could use. I'm gonna have to just really hold my breath that this new pressure regulator valve is gonna work, but I need to go find a hardware store and get some of that white water Teflon tape for it. And then maybe on eBay, I'll bet you I'll be able to find one of those shower bags on eBay. Let's go find a hardware store. I know there's one nearby. There's a mom and pop shop hardware store half-mile away, but there's also a Lowe's 1.5 miles away, and I know Lowe's is gonna have that Teflon tape for sure. So let's go. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Walmart also used to sell them in their camping section. Why don't I go in here real quick? Good old Walmart coming through like always. Man, saved the day. Guess what? I got the thread seal tape white for the water that I need to finish that project. I went down the plumbing aisle and I found it, guys. It's the Ozark Trail version of the 5-gallon solar shower. Even if the water heater works and I fix it, it's always good to have these because you don't have to run the propane in the wintertime. And I know that I can shower on 1 gallon of water only. And if the apocalypse happens or something else crazy happens in the world, you could always have hot water, even in the winter. Let's open this guy up. Also, in storage somewhere, I have that portable toilet that I used last time when my toilet plumbing went out and I had to basically poop in a bucket with bags. It's the toilet seat that you put on there. I've used that 3 different times since I've owned it, and it's come through in a pinch as well. So here it is. It's literally a black solar bag, and once the water's in there, it heats up. Here's the attachment, little nozzle that'll open up and allow water to flow. And $9.99 at Walmart. All right, I feel better. Either way, we are taking a shower at the end of the day today. All right, well, that's all good. Before we go camping, let's go head over to the largest Harley-Davidson store in the world. Okay, this is it. Uh-oh, this looks like a really small parking lot for the world's biggest. See, world's largest. In front of us, tractor trailer, RV parking, straight ahead. I assume they mean this way, though. Yeah. Extra car parking, big rig parking, cool. All right. Yeah, from the front, it doesn't look like it could possibly be the world's largest, but okay, I'm excited about this one. All right, here we are back up at the front. World's largest Barnett HarleyDavidson. It actually is quite long. And then it goes all the way over there. Let's go in the middle here. Hey, they got chaps. I don't need any now. I was thinking about needing some when it was cold. Now that it's warming up. Saloon over there. Oh, this is a big store, but I want to start with the t-shirts first. No, it's a monster store. It goes all the way back there. I'm gonna tell you off the bat, this is probably the most dealer-specific t-shirts I've seen in one store ever. They all say El Paso, Texas on them. Holy cow, we're still doing it, guys. These are all of their custom t-shirts. Just goes on forever. Well, I got a lot to look through. Ooh, I like that green Harley with the bald eagle. But I do like a specific style shirt when I'm looking for mine, and actually I think we're here. Look at this, the old cattle skull. I would like to find one that says world's largest. That one doesn't, but that's cool too. Okay, here we go. This one has a black Harley-Davidson with the cantina in the background. Oh my gosh, with the sombrero hat, riding the blue Harley. I gotta pick one. This store actually stocks my size. Look, here's large. Here's a whole section of extra large. Every single one of them, they have extra large in stock here at this store. Nicely done, Barnett. Tons of bikes to look at. If you're looking for a new bike, I'm eyeing this blue one right here. Oh my gosh. I love the hard bags. Wow. And the whole store is Western themed, like it looks like Tombstone Boardwalk or something. I might even be able to find my hat. This Harley hat, I'm on my 4th one. They get really dirty and grimy and greasy and nasty, and I only get about 6 months out of them. I like the specific size and style and color. Might find one here. If you're getting work done on your bike, this is their lounge, the Two-Headed Bull Customer Lounge here. It looks like a bar. Oh, this is really nice. Nice couches. They got free coffee. Cool, funny chairs you can sit in. The hog with handlebars. Yeah, not too bad. And the coffee is in a covered wagon here. Very cool. They even have their own Harley-Davidson vending machines here at this store. The mayor's office. Possibly the owner. A lot of trophies in there. Whoa, the trade-in showroom, the Hotel Sherman. We got the Marshall over here. And I bet because it's the largest Harley-Davidson store, that's why there's more bikes in this showroom than I've ever seen in any store by far. Look at this dragster. Oh man, oh man. Pretty cool. Wait a minute, look at this Slim. This is a stripped down version of my bike, guys, before I put the fairing and saddlebags and the 2-stage and the pipes and everything. Here's just a stock 2014 Harley-Davidson Softail Slim, 11,000. It's got 6,000 miles on it. I like the black and gray look of it, but it's completely stock. No, wait. Nope, it's got different pipes on it. But the black and gray, it's a really cool look. But yeah, this is what my bike basically used to look like before I made it custom. All right, checking out all their hats here. See if I can find mine. See, I don't like these flat bill hats. It's not my style, but that's the new style, you know? I like my curved hat. I mean, they've got a couple that, oh my gosh. And it's my size. Guys, that was just destiny. There was one on the shelf. I need it. Oh, that was awesome, guys. What a cool store. I love stopping at Harley-Davidson shops. I used to have a rule where I would only buy a t-shirt when I was riding the bike to the stores, but I've loosened up on that a little bit. And I'll show you what I got. I got 2 t-shirts there. I couldn't choose between 2. And so they're both $32 and in my size. So I got 2 here. That's okay. And a magnet. I'll show you when we get back to the RV though. All right, here's the 2 I got. El Señor with the sombrero hat and the cattle skull there. Also, I'm going to save this hat for as long as I possibly can. Try not to put it on or wear it. Because here's the last 2 that I've saved. And I have one that I have donated as well. This is the one I was wearing today. Okay, and this is the one that I have since retired or only use when I'm working on something. But yeah, I'm so glad. And it's a fitted hat too. It's just, my head apparently is the small medium size that fits really well. So cool beans. And there's the acrylic magnet there that matches almost perfectly one of the t-shirts I got. Heck yeah. Now that we're finally out of the desert, guys, it feels like it's been forever, right? Like, I've been wanting to camp, and I'm so tired of camping at Walmarts and Cracker Barrels or the sandy dirt back in Quartzsite. So today, I'm gonna go to the nearest one that I can find that looks kind of like a campground. It's not, though. It's the Van Horn City Park in Van Horn, Texas, and they allow overnight parking at the park for one night. But, you know, I'm gonna take it. It's an hour and 47 minutes away from here. Gets us a little bit closer to Dallas-Fort Worth area where I need to be next week for something. Oh no. And in the meantime, yeah, we're just gonna move ourselves away from big cities and closer to pretty campground areas. That's my goal, okay? Let's do some driving. This stretch of highway it's just so desolate. It still feels like Arizona or New Mexico to me. We're about 570 miles away from Dallas. I'm okay with it. It's a scenery change, and we're not going to be in the big cities for a little while, so, I mean, I'll take it. It's a nice day. It's warm. I haven't stopped anywhere long enough to need to turn on the roof AC. The cab AC as we're driving's been keeping up, but today the high is 91 degrees here in Texas. Woo-wee! Warm. All right, we have entered Van Horn, Texas. Technically, my RV is a van cutaway, so this is a Van Horn right there. Van Horn in Van Horn, Texas. Yeah. You know, I've been using the site freecampsites.net for over a decade now. It's helped me find some really neat free camping, but lately I'm parked over here. I'm not parked in the Van Horn City Park right here because there's a couple issues. Now, the last reviewer on freecampsites.net says had no problem, parked right there, and he said I saw no signs. Did they just put these up? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Park closed, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Trespassers will be prosecuted with a city ordinance code. No overnight parking. That looks like a sign to me. Is this new? No? So I don't know. In the pictures, people are parking right here. Their RVs are right here. No problems, no signs. Unless something just changed 5 minutes before I got here, again, I would definitely stay away from this park, guys. Stay way away from it, especially since it's right across the street from City Hall there. And it's a city ordinance. That might not be a fine, that might be jail. So, and if it's posted, I don't care. I don't break that rule. I know plenty of people break those rules and they don't care about signs. They do it anyway. I won't. Here in this lot where I'm at, like if there were a sign right here that said no parking, no overnight parking, this parking lot right here is closed, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But I have a feeling I'm okay right here, but it's still risky, right? Because the park's right next door. Do they own this overflow parking lot too? Again, there's no signs here. It's just the park where you can't overnight park. I'll also mention I've had some problems getting my freecampsites.net reviews to update and get uploaded. I don't know who manages that page, but oftentimes they do not post my updates, and they're very important updates. So I'm gonna post the pictures of the no parking, the city ordinance, and the park hours and everything. I'm gonna submit those, and hopefully that gets put in there, because it does look like things have changed here. As far as this lot right here, maybe this is okay, but not the park. Don't do that, guys. Don't do it. And I don't even know what to say. This guy's bragging about free power on his stay. Here on this light post, there's an outlet with an extension cord plugged into it for the park's use. That's not free power, guys. If you plug into that, that's theft. Like anywhere in the country, that's not yours, that's theft. If it's not advertised that it's for your use as a traveler, that's not free. It may be unlocked, it might be available, but it's not free power. Are you kidding me? It's funny to me sometimes how other people think and evaluate life. You know, and I'm not judging those people. I'm just like, how did they come to that conclusion? It baffles me sometimes. I just need a little bit of time, one night. Let me take care of this water heater. Well, at least this train doesn't blow its horn. The cars going by is not nearly as loud as when the engines went by. But this is probably the closest I've ever camped next to a railroad track, and I didn't even see it. Usually I'm better at this, guys. I didn't even notice that was a track. All right, I feel like this is gonna be one of those nights, where I get the infamous knock on the door at some point here, but we'll see. Once it gets dark, I'll blend right in. Right now I stick out like a sore thumb. Okay, got the water pump off. I'm gonna try to do this quickly, because I think we're at like half of a tank right here. There still might be some water that spills, so I'm just gonna do it quickly. Already got the white Teflon tape on there, ready to go. Just gonna use a crescent wrench to get this off. Actually, this looks a little different. Oh well, I don't got time to mess with that. Gotta get it off. Yeah. Sorry, getting the camera all wet. Maybe there's more water in here than I thought. They're different. That's weird. On there, might be able to get it around one more time. Still moving. Oh, it's getting harder to move though. Okay, and we're facing down. It looks good. It's definitely different. See, this one says it says 15,000 BTU an hour. It says max heater. This is for a water heater. And this one that I got on Amazon, look, it is not the same. It says 15,000 BTU on it though. Temperature, does it say temperature? No. Oh, 150 PSI or 210 max. This one, 150 PSI, 210 max. It's exactly the same, never mind. Exactly the same as far as specs, but I trust it. Next step, I need to go turn the water pump back on, and it's gonna run for a while because we're below this line. It'll probably take 3 or 3.5 gallons to refill it and build up pressure inside. Let me go flip the switch, and then I'll run out here and make sure that this doesn't leak. All right, water pump on. Oh. I still have it bypassed. I have the water pump bypassed. I gotta go underneath the bed and turn a couple knobs to get flow back in there. Hang on. Okay. How we looking? We're full and we're not leaking. Well, that's promising. This is just water from when I took the other one off. All right, let me go in here and turn on the water heater. Heck yeah. Okay, now, hey Siri, start the stopwatch. Now we wait. I'm gonna close this up so that the wind doesn't bother it too much. And we go inside and hold our breath. Make sure we don't hear the water pump do what it did last time, and see if this gets up to temperature, and see how long before the water heater kicks off. That's the other thing, is I'm worried that one of those thermostat might not turn this off. So we'll see how long does it take room temperature water to get up to temperature here. Please, 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 I really want to take a shower tonight. All right, it's been almost 21 minutes now. It's still on, can still feel it and hear it in there. And I don't see any leaks. Still going, no leaks. That's promising. We'll give it 9 more minutes and it should shut off. Cool. See, it does feel good to fix something, diagnose something, and fix it yourself and see it working. That's a good feeling. Okay, we just hit the 30-minute mark, which is usually about when this normally shuts off. It's still going. It's still going. Well, dang it. After what happened the other day, I'm just not comfortable doing anything else. It's got my full focus right now. I'm gonna sit here now, as long as it takes, and wait for something to happen. Either this clicks off because the thermostat told it to click off, or the brand new pressure regulator snaps and starts flooding this bay once again like before. I'll get back to you. 35 minutes now, still going. Technically, it's probably warm enough though. I could turn off the water heater right now and take a nice, comfortable shower. But why won't it click off? "41 minutes now, and I got a new concern. We got the drips. We're dripping. Let's take a peek here. Well, crud. This is the exact same thing that the last two did. They dripped out of here. Matter of fact, I better stand back, because that's almost boiling water. I don't want that to pop on me. But this is what makes me think that there's something wrong with the thermostat now. I'm not gonna stop it. It's still heating. I'm just gonna let it go. But I'm gonna leave this open, and we're just gonna see what happens here. That water drip going on is getting a little faster now. And like I said, it's done that as soon as I got the RV, it did it. And then we replaced this 3 weeks ago, which stopped it. Then it came back, and now a brand new one is even dripping. Now, mind you, there's no reason that pressure valve should leak like that unless there's an actual problem, like too high a PSI or too high a temperature. So, and it's leaking all over the terminals for the thermostat. Actually, 44 minutes, I'm gonna go shut it off. I'm gonna go shut it off, actually. There's no need. I know it's just gonna explode again. Just turn off the water heater. I'll take my shower real quick while I actually have hot water. And dripping maybe a little slower now. I don't know. I don't know, but that pretty much confirms my suspicion that I've got at least one bad thermostat. One of those two thermostats has failed. Possibly from water moisture on it, I don't know. But the fact that it does work now, and if I'm heating it up from room temperature water, let's just stick with my rule. Well, let's go 30. No, let's go 25. I'll time it every time for 25 minutes, and then I'll turn it off, go take my shower. Those of you who have RVs, do you time it to see how long from room temperature it takes to get up to temperature? Because I feel like 44 minutes, that's too long. It's not freezing water, it's room temperature water. So I probably have a problem. I think that was a good call, turning off the water heater. I think that was a good call, Eric. Yeah. Doing a kitty check. We got an Opie. We got an Opie right here, okay. Terror Bear, you know, I can't, you're such a sweetheart. She is not bothered by the heat. It's a lot cooler back here, Tara, but she actually prefers the warmth sometimes, and I'm not gonna take it away from her. She's enjoying life, you know. Getting my dash dirty though, and hairy. What the heck, girl? All right, I really don't even need to test this, but saying cold, still cold, 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 room temperature, warm, warm, and hot. Yep, cool, cool. It is starting to get dark. We've had 3 trains go by behind the RV. It actually doesn't bother me. I think it's more the train horn that bothers me, especially when that happens at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. That can get old. Can wake me up out of a dead sleep sometimes. Oh, the park's lit up. The trees are lit up with like Christmas lights almost. And there goes a Harley-Davidson. All right, Black Betty, we'll get you out on the next trip. I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out, guys. Got some more traveling to do tomorrow, so I need to get some good sleep. Did get a really good shower wearing my new Barnett t-shirt here. But unless I don't cut in after this clip, you can bet that I got away with camping right here, and you might also. I'm just, again, last warning. Stay out of the park area, because I don't think it's any good. I've been here in person, despite what you may read on freecampsites.net. Don't always take their word for it, because people ignore the rules all the time. Opie doesn't ignore the rules, does he? No, he's a good boy with it. Big long whiskers, yeah. I closed the curtain. Is Tara still up there? I'll bet you she is. No? Did she leave? Okay, good girl. Good girl. We're being stealth. I don't see Tara. She must be sleeping. Is she sleeping? She's probably sleeping. Okay? All right. What did you say? Did you say you're hungry? It sounded like Tara said she's hungry. I mean, I don't speak the best Cantonese. That's what it sounded like you said. Are you hungry, Tara? You want me to get you some num-nums? Is that where they are? That's what Tara said. She said she's hungry. I'm pretty sure it's what she said. Oh, that was a pretty good jump, Opie. Terror Bear? Okay, I'll get it. Don't worry, I'll go ahead and get it. Okay. By the way, it's 10 p.m. and I'm editing some video over here on the computer, editing the video that you're watching right now, basically. But when I say, you know, hey, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out, I hope everything goes okay tonight, this is what I set up oftentimes before I go to bed. So I put my camera here on a tripod facing the door so that if I ever do get that knock, which has happened in times, I can hit one button, lens comes out, and it's aiming right towards the door. That way, and it's out of the way so that I can walk to the door, unlock this door. What I'll do is I'll open the door, but I'll close the screen, and I'll tell the officer, hey, I've got cats in here. I don't want my cats to get out. Then we can talk from a safe distance. The cats can't get out if they need to see my ID or ask me what I'm doing here, and then I can be like, oh, I'm on free campsites, but I don't want to go to the park. Meanwhile, the whole conversation is recorded, and it's been a long time since I have needed to do this and show you guys. So all you need to know is that if there's no other clips after this one, then everything worked out okay, and I'm on the road making my next video already by this time. Little behind the scenes info there. Good night, guys.